Okay, there we got Lynn Bexell's house on the corner of Liberty Drive and Greenview, and right kitty corner over there is where Crispy Critter lived. I think, yep, that's where she lived. And then we turn the corner here. We're going to see the front of Lynn Bexell's driveway where Chris used to fuck her in his Corvette or whatever they did. Now we're coming up over here where we got the other side of Greenview, or right here where those picnic tables are. That's where Steve Holcomb lived, right there in that empty lot. For some reason they tore the house down. Alright, now up here we got where Ivan and Jenny Sheely lived, and can't remember her name. God. Anyway, it doesn't matter, I guess. And here's where I think Sherry Houston lived, and there's where one of the Holcomb's relatives used to live, and they had a cherry tree right back there where we'd steal cherries. And they get pretty pissed off about it, but nothing they could do about it. And over here on the corner of Horace and Parkside, we got the infamous Gary McFadden's house. Now here we're going to turn the corner. Going to go down Horace Avenue here. We're going to go by where Linda Ward lived, and Kenny Ward, and Max Ward, and all those wards. And here's Steve Franklin's old house. The sign says, "Keep out." And hey, that's what he's got on his house now, keep out. And that's where I think Delbert Smith lived, and Mr. Bushy's got a boat there. And over here we got Dick Ladowski's old house, kind of hard to see and drive at the same time. And over here is where Tom Lincoln lived, and after a while, Johnny Code and his family lived there. Ain't that something? And here we got there used to be a couple trailers here. Don't remember who lived there. And here we're going down Horace Avenue towards Roger Burt's old house. Okay, and we got where King Merrill lived and Merrill's lived, and here's where Mrs. Curtis lived with aquarium built into the wall. All right, now right down here we're coming up to where the famous Burt brothers lived. Dickie Burt, Sonny Burt, Roger Burt, Bob Burt, Mr. Burt, Mrs. Burt. Never knew they had names, but Mr. Burt's name was Jim. There's Sandy Temporelli's old house. And here we got Roger Burt's old house. Hey, it looks like one of the nicest ones down here. It always was, and it still is. All right, now I'm gonna turn around where somebody used to live. I don't know. I think maybe Eddie Brainerd or somebody. I don't know. But just worried about getting stuck in snow and getting murdered down here and never being found again. So here we're gonna back up. We hope. You never know with things the way they are nowadays. All right. Car lot. They sure got a lot of cars there, don't they? Look at that. That's where the Burts live. They even got a Tribune mailbox. Asphalt. I don't think he's doing much today, but you never know with the way things go. And here we're going up Greenview, and these houses on the side, we're going, I guess, south on Greenview. Now we're going to go by those infamous Nelsons lived. Chris and Ken Nelson. Wonder whatever happened to them. They're probably living down in the Bahamas somewhere. If they had any brains, they would be. Okay, here's where Dean Puritan lived and his wife Darlene. What a nice guy. And somewhere over here is where Wendell Eckes used to live. He was a rat thief, but that's another story. Now here we're coming up. Wow, look at that. All right, there's where Hinkles live. And here's the Nelson homestead. Look at that. It looks like another car lot. They got the only family in the neighborhood with their own dumpster. Pretty big one. A bunch of cars sitting out there and who knows what. Oh my God, look at that. Mr. and Mrs. Hogan's house has been torn down. It's gone. Not there anymore. How about them apples? And there we got Bill Coates' house on the back. Hi, Bill Coate. How you doing? See you one of these days, I hope. And there's where the Cashes lived and all those people. Now we're going to go around the corner here. This is getting to be kind of a long video. There's where Alex Toth lived at one time. And there's McFadden's field where we used to steal grapes from that fence. So it was a different fence, and I'm sure there was something here, but it's gone. If they're smart, they tore down most of these old fucking houses. There's where Nora Craddock lived. Boy, I liked her. And Ricky Craddock, and had a sister, can't remember her name. Sister Craddock, I guess. Now here we're going right by where Richard Helton lived. And all their white rats and everything. And here we got Bill Coe's old house. Look at that. How about that? That's a fine looking thing, 1410 Bond Avenue. Never forget that address. Alright, then up here we got where somebody moved. I don't know who it was. And here we got Wayman Wobo's house, where Dickie and David and Donna and Wiki and Wendy Wobo lived. I think they were the first Wobo cops. And here we got somebody else's house. And here we got where Louis Benjamin and Nora Benjamin lived. Wow. Alright, and I think this is Larry Halsey Helton house. They had riverfront property. They never knew how good they had it. And here's, I think, where somebody lived. And coming up here to where the old, alright, yeah, okay, Judy Moore, we're still trying to find where she lives. She lived right in one of these houses. And as we go down the road here, we're going to come to where the Bakers lived. The infamous Baker girls, those famous, fabulous Baker girls. They were something else. Every boy loved them. And if they didn't, there was something wrong with them. Melvin Baker and Mrs. Baker, the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. At least to me, they were nice. They never liked Van Dyne, but most people who had daughters did not like Mr. Van Dyne. And right up here, we're coming to Maple Leaf Printing and Gunderson's house over there. But I'm going to turn the corner, and Mr. Cunningham and Jerry Cunningham lived up there. Now we're going to go by where those wonderful and talented Verbal girls lived. Yeah, they were something else. I think they were... I hope this is still recording, because I'm making a mess out of it. I think that's where Linda Zins lived, and she was a hot little number. And there's where the old Northwest Community Center was. What a place that was. Now here we're coming down to the end of... Alright, we're going to be going up... God, is this thing filming? Let me look. God, it's an 8-minute video already. How boring this is going to be. Alright, and somebody lived there and somebody lived there. Yeah, I never knew there was a trailer over there, but there's one over there now. And up here we got where those beautiful Verbal girls lived. They were nice. Their mother was the nicest lady, and their dad, he was nice in his own way if he didn't punch you in the stomach. And there's where Rick Fischel lived at one time, and Glenda Olson. And up here is where Carl Paulson, the barber, lived. And up here we've got Auburn Manor, where you wouldn't want to go there at night or in the daytime. It's probably just a pretty dangerous place. That is the first place right there that I lived when I moved out of home on Day Avenue. Me and Steve Holcomb and Jimmy Van Dyne lived there. When Holcomb bought a house on the river, we moved there. And we just threw all our mattresses and everything out the window. Boy, those were the days. Roger Burt, too bad you were in the Navy, but you were married and having probably more fun with your beautiful wife Ann than we were. And, well, I don't know who's going to see this, who's going to want to, but hey, I'm just coming back from a funeral and thought, well, what the heck, I'll drive through the old neighborhood and go to see what it's like. Thank you very much, and it's December 30th, 2017, in case this is ever found in a time capsule, you know what day it was, okay? Bye, see you later.